Hi, I'm Mrs. Lawrence. I'm one of the K-3 support specialists at UP Primary. Today, I will be reading with you Read Well Kindergarten, Unit 12, Decoding Page 2. Before we begin, there are 3 things that you're going to need to grab. First, you need to find a quiet spot in your house where you can really concentrate on your reading today. The next thing you're going to need is your Unit 12 magazine. The last thing that you're going to need is your homework. You're going to want homework number 2. If you don't have those things with you right now, I'm going to have you pause the video, go grab the things that you need, and then come back and click play and we'll start. Great, let's go ahead and begin. Let's start with the cover of our magazine. Remember, our new sound is k. Can you say it with me? C says k. Cow on a cab, k, k, k. Good. Go ahead and find that start box right there. All right, here we go. Ready? Read. I, k, is, e, his, d, k, a, as, w, k, has, t, k, his, v, and back to the I sound. Great job. Could you go ahead and take your magazine today, open it up, find Decoding Page 2. It's going to be the page that has the pencil in the bottom right-hand corner. And then go ahead and just lay that flat. We are going to do sound and word cards next. So before we start, I want to do 2 things. I want to remind you that when you see a blue card, those are your word cards. And then when you see a white card, you're going to say the sound that that letter makes. I have in our pile of word and sound cards today our new tricky words, as well as an even newer tricky word that we're going to talk about today. This word says hasn't. So be on the look for the word hasn't today and see if you can figure out what that word says. But I'll make sure that I say it too in case you forgot. All right, I'm going to mix this up in here and then we can get started. Here we go. Ready? I. Isn't. T. E. K. Now this one's tricky. It's on a blue word card. So we don't say ah like the sound, we say Can you say that? Good job. D. E. Wasn't. There's that new word, hasn't. Hasn't it been fun learning so many new words? Ooh. K, our new sound. Wonderful job, you guys. All right, I would like you to next, this should still be flat on your table. We're just going to look at these 2 pictures here, and these are going to be the words that we're going to stretch. The first word we're going to stretch is Tom. Tom is Edda's dad. Who is Tom? Edda's dad. Here we go. Tom. 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 The next word is Suze. Suze. Suze is Etta's mom. You ready? Suze. 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 Great job. Go ahead and find that heart column. Put your finger under the first word. Remember, your paper is flat. I'm just holding mine up so you can see where I'm at. We're going to smooth blend this first word together. Watch me first. Swim, swim. I love to swim. Can you try that with me? Ready? Read. Swim, swim. Good. Let's look at the next word. My turn first. Him, him. I sure like him. Can you try that with me? Ready? Read. Him, him. Good. Let's do the last word. My turn first. Hiss, hiss. A snake makes a hiss sound. Can you try that with me? Ready? Read. Hiss, hiss. Notice that the word hiss has an extra S at the end. If I took that off, I'd have the word his, which is one of my tricky words. But since that second S is there, it's going to say hiss. Can you read these with me one more time? Let's just read them. Ready? Read. Swim. Ready? Read. Him. Ready? Read. Hiss. Can you try them by yourself? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Swim. Next word. 1, 2, 3. Him. Last word. 1, 2, 3. Hiss. Great. Let's find the happy face box. In this box, you're going to notice that there are 3 words and the first 2 letters of each of those words are underlined. We're going to read the underlined part first, then we're going to read the word. Are you ready? Here we go. Ready? Read. Can. Can. I can read the word can. Next word, underline part first. Notice it's the same 2 letters as in can. Here we go. Ready? Read. Cat. 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 I have a cat. Look at the last word. Oh, wow. It's the same 2 letters again that are underlined. Ca. Here we go. Ready? Read. Ca. Can't. Can't. I can't juggle very well. Can you? Let's try those words one more time. Why don't you try reading them by yourself and I'll say them after. Ready? Read. Can. Next word. Ready? Read. Cat. Last word. Ready? Read. Can't. Fantastic job, you guys. Look over here at my tricky words. Remember that first word? We saw these on our cards today. This first word should look familiar from there. That word is hasn't. Let's look at the underlined part first, then read that word again together. Are you ready? Ready? Read. Has. Hasn't. She hasn't mastered jumping rope yet. Good. Let's look at the next word. Look at the underlined part. You can even cover up those last 2 letters, and we should know that word. That word says was. When we take our finger off, we have the word wasn't. Let's try that together. Ready? Underline part first. Ready? Read. Was, whole word, wasn't. I wasn't too scared when I had to read in front of the class. Let's look at the last word. Cover up those last two letters again and just look at the underlined part. It says is. Can you say is? Good, is. When we uncover it, we have isn't. Can you say isn't? Isn't. Good job. Remember, with our tricky words, there's lots of fun things that we can do. We can say them 3 times each like this. Hasn't, hasn't, hasn't. Wasn't, wasn't, wasn't. Isn't, isn't, isn't. We can also read them going down and then read them going backwards and go back up, kind of like you're in an elevator going down and going up. Watch. Hasn't, wasn't, isn't. Isn't, wasn't, hasn't. Good. There's lots of fun ways to practice these words. I bet you can come up with some really neat ways too as well. Look down at the bottom. This is where we usually would trace a sentence. We're not going to at all together actually today trace this. You're going to do that part on your own when we're finished today. You can use your pencil, or you could use a crayon, or maybe if you have a highlighter, you can trace over that. For now, we're just going to read it together. You ready? Finger onto the first word. It says, cat with a hat. You know what I'm noticing? This isn't really a complete sentence. There's no period or question mark or exclamation mark at the end, and it doesn't start with a capital letter. This is actually just some words for us to read today. But if you listen, it kind of sounds like it goes together, doesn't it? Let's read it one more time. Cat with a hat. Good job. So later on, you can finish this part on your own. The last thing we're going to do together today is take a peek at our homework. Can you grab your homework for me? I'd like you to look at homework number 2. Since we have a little bit of time right now, I thought I could read this story to you and you could follow along and try to read with me. Then when we're done, your job will be to go and read it a few times to someone in your family. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Get your tracking fingers ready. This story is called Etta. The cat said, "See me, I'm Etta." The cat said, "I'm Etta. Hear me, hear me. We can see the sweet cat," said Tom. "We can hear that cat." You're going to notice you've got some pictures in there. And it doesn't have words with it, so we're not quite sure what those pictures say. So remember, if you see a cat that has a bow in her hair, that's going to be Etta. And then if you see a picture of a cat that has a hat on his head, that's going to be Tom. And then you're going to see somebody, it's a picture of a boy who looks like he's holding his hand up to his ear, and he wants you to say the word here. So don't forget, when you come to those words, you've got Etta, Tom, and then this says here. It's been so much fun reading with you today. I can't wait till we get to read together again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.